Ladies and gentlemen, send this segment to all the wonderful Trust Sessions people. They're actually wonderful people who, unfortunately, have been led astray. And if they still believe the nonsense, I can't help you. Rod Rosenstein is staying a little longer. If you trust Sessions, that's a good thing for you. If you don't trust Sessions, like most of humanity, it's an annoyance, could be a very horrible thing. In my last segment, I think it's possibly a good thing. Okay? I stated in the beginning of the segment, I stated, Tom Fitton could be right. Like I said, I'm coming at you straight. I'm not speaking through spy agents on MySpace. This is absurd. Also, there are no military tribunals for American citizens. That can't. Bill still talked about that. You don't even want that in any society. But ladies and gentlemen, he's under investigation. Graham says he'll probe the 25th Amendment discussions between McCabe and Rosenstein. Rod Rosenstein will be the subject of future investigations into all of this because Jeff Sessions presided over the extension of the Democratic Party into Trump's campaign. Is William Barr going to lead to Clinton getting indicted? I'm not sure before or after the election. I have no clue. I do think that Clinton will get indicted. She committed crimes. She transferred top secret intelligence outside of the United States government. That's a crime. That's a crime with or without intent under the Espionage Act. So. And then you had campaign finance violations. Then you have RICO statutes with pay-to-play schemes that the New York Times and the Washington Post, New York Times, cash flowed to Clinton Foundation amid Russian uranium deal. But Graham says he'll probe 25th Amendment discussions between McCabe and Rosenstein. Why would you say that it's either a good thing that he's staying because you have to trust Sessions? My whole thing was that it's a good thing that he's staying just because it kind of quells the inevitable, oh my God, Trump's attorney general and his regime forced poor Mueller to write exonerate Trump through a rewrite and a summary, because Mueller is going to rewrite and summarize the Mueller probe report. But Graham says he'll probe 25th Amendment discussions between McCabe and Rosenstein. Senate Judiciary Lindsey Graham is demanding answers from the Justice Department about former FBI Director Andrew McCabe's allegations that top officials there discussed invoking the 25th Amendment to remove President Donald Trump from office. In a letter to Attorney General William Barr on Friday, Graham said his panel intends to investigate the allegations and gave Barr a 2-week deadline to turn over any documents relating to conversations between McCabe and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein about the 25th Amendment or about covertly recording Trump. He then talked about on Hannity that he wants a special counsel and that he will have Rosenstein testify when he leaves. The guy's eventually going to leave. So, I know I shouldn't do this because I get suckered into the nonsense, but I had a couple of comments saying, you were wrong about that. He's still staying. How am I supposed to know the guy's going to stay for 2 weeks? What do I mean, first of all, I wasn't wrong. The report said he was leaving. And we already know that there is a new Deputy Attorney General. His name is Jeffrey Rosen. Look it up. In fact, I'll do it right now. So it's like he's not staying forever. And if you are the Trust Sessions people, then you should be happy. But of course, you can't be happy because there was no reason to trust Sessions. And no, he didn't do his job because his job wasn't to be an extension for the Democratic Party. Huber was a failure in every single respect. Lindsey Graham was right. We need a special counsel. And I do understand the critique. I do understand the critique of, you don't really want a special counsel, enough of the investigations, but you do need the more heat, the more investigations, the more. I get it. I'm tired of them also. But it's not going to happen overnight. William Barr is not going to tomorrow, almost certainly not tomorrow, indict Clinton. She will get indicted because she committed crimes. and James Comey should have indicted her. I explained 18 U.S. Code 371. You can get Comey, McCabe, and Strzok under that statute because they did conspire. They did conspire through a phony Steele dossier that Clinton purchased, and everything from McCabe's under criminal investigation right now for leaking to the media. You had Comey leaking classified memos. You have Comey lying under oath saying he exonerated Clinton and that it was only after she was interviewed. That's not true. And that it was a unanimous decision. That's not true. Because James Baker, the top FBI legal counsel, Comey's lawyer at the FBI, wanted to indict Clinton, agreed with me, and now he's under criminal investigation for leaking as well. Then you have Peter Strzok, who said, we'll stop Trump. There's an insurance policy. The insurance policy was Trump-Russia. They didn't verify the Steele dossier. Rod Rosenstein signed off on FISA warrants. Of course it's bad that he's still there. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? And then you have, like, the petulant haters. No, he's still there. Well, what do you want? Rome wasn't built in a day. At least you had 2 years of a message board deceiving people. Just admit, if you believed in that nonsense, admit nothing panned out. It is a message board. Trump doesn't work through message boards. He was unfortunately duped. He clowned Sessions 15 times, even at CPAC. He didn't realize that Sessions would recuse himself. McCabe had a criminal investigation into Sessions committing perjury. They completely utilized the FBI and the DOJ as an extension of the Democratic Party. They framed Trump with a Steele dossier that was purchased by Hillary Clinton and a CrowdStrike company that was outsourced by Democrats. And so, which one is it? Are you happy Rosenstein is staying, or are you upset and frustrated? I'm upset and frustrated, but I'm kind of possibly looking at the silver lining here. Very likely has to do with the fact that the Mueller report will be introduced very soon. And since Rosenstein how can you even trust Sessions when Rosenstein was the one who set up the Mueller probe, helped create the Mueller probe, which tried to undermine Trump? Mueller did not work to help Trump. Neither did Rosenstein, and neither did Sessions. That's obvious. That's why Trump clowns Sessions all the time. At a certain point, if you believe nonsense, it's okay to say, gosh, I was duped. But then you have like a couple petulant people like, oh, you were wrong about that. He's still staying. Well, okay. The reports showed, and he even said he's leaving. And he will leave. So when he eventually leaves, will I then be like Nostradamus? Give me a break. Graham says he'll probe 25th Amendment discussions between McCabe and Rosenstein. Lindsey Graham seeks new Rosenstein testimony after McCabe interview. The Hill, Graham says he'll probe. Okay, so Politico. The Hill, Graham says he'll probe Rosenstein 25th Amendment remark. You had a deputy attorney general who wanted to tape Trump. So, yeah, maybe Tom Fitton is right. He could be. Like I said in my last video prior to this one, I don't know. He could be right. I defer to him on, in terms, he's amazing. He's the tip of the spear when it's all of this stuff. But I know it's like, oh, so annoying. Like we're past all that. Like, thank God we're past the military tribunal insanity. Okay, again, just because you think it's treasonous and I think it's treasonous, things that McCabe and Strzok and Comey and Clinton have done, it's not the definition of treason. The definition of treason is a very simple definition. You give information to the enemy gives you money, and that's treason. It's not having a server outside the United States government, which is the Espionage Act violations, which are legal statutes that she should have been indicted on, but she still can hide, well, I didn't know, even though it's an overt, blatant criminal act. It's not treason, and even if it were treason, you wouldn't send them to Gitmo. That's ridiculous. Bill Still talks about that. If you some of my viewers watch Bill Still, he's awesome. Go to Bill Still here. This Bill Still. Gosh, so annoying. Bill Still. Let's see. The Still report. There's a interesting Bill Still one on military tribunals. He's very good. You don't have military tribunals for citizens, okay? Nonsense. Here, the Still report. Cue nonsense, exclamation point. 2 months ago, okay? It's not just me saying this. Everyone with a functioning brain cell on YouTube who is giving you information that's public record knowledge and analyzing this public record knowledge is saying, that's absurd. You wouldn't even have military tribunals for American citizens. It's like Guantanamo Bay was a result of the two conflicts, and the people there were found on the battlefield. You wouldn't send Clinton there. She'll get indicted eventually, but she probably won't even ever see a jail cell because very likely, I think, and again, I'm just looking at the criminal acts. She's committed crimes. Even Democrats agree. But they just think that, oh, well, it was a cover-up fair and square. The FBI looked at it, and they think James Comey is amazing because he didn't indict Clinton. But she would probably get pardoned by Trump. That's what I think. Or she would lose the trial and eventually see prison. But who knows? I mean, they think that Trump is going to prison for Facebook ads and the Steele dossier. So they're the conspiracy theorists. In addition, on the left, you see that. I mean, on the left, you see that with the Russia probe, and on the conservative side, you see it with message boards. Okay, both are stupid and idiotic. Only one, however, is backed by the media. The other one is backed by a very dangerous message board you shouldn't listen to. So it's March 19th, 2019. Jeff Sessions is long gone. Huber is probably playing golf. Everything you've ever heard is wrong from that message board. The Q thing is absolute nonsense. Ask Bill Still. Okay, it's not just me. I'm doing this as a public service. Okay? Momentum is moving towards Trump's direction, and it's no coincidence that William Barr is now the Attorney General. Not saying trust Barr, but there's a different feel. You have the Attorney General representing and defending President Trump regarding the National Emergency Declaration. You didn't have that type of thing with Sessions. You have an instant focus right when Barr became Attorney General on ending the Mueller probe and getting the probe report out. Now everyone, even publications like CNN and NBC, and they're all saying, yeah, the Mueller probe is winding down. Everybody's saying that now. Why do you think it's happening? Because it's winding down. And they'll have absolutely nothing. 2 years because Rod Rosenstein helped foment this absurd criminal investigation called the Mueller probe. And he was Jeff Sessions' Deputy Attorney General. The same guy people were telling you to trust, which is nonsense. So my personality is like, I can't stand the petulant comments from people that I'm trying to help, Okay? There's certain people that are beyond hope. They'll be talking about Jeff Sessions like in Trump's second term. They'll be like, well, Sessions did his part. He's a... No. So the bottom line is this. Rosenstein is going to leave eventually. If he stays longer than expected, big deal. It doesn't mean... And also, if you are like the Trust Sessions type person, you would like that. For some reason. The rest of humanity is like, oh no. My last segment, I was like, well, maybe it's a good thing because it kind of quells the Democratic Party talking points. Oh my God, William Barr's just working for Trump and all that. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. He's under investigation. Lindsey Graham, Judiciary Committee will probe Rosenstein. Senator Lindsey Graham announced Friday the panel he chairs, the Senate Judiciary Committee, is investigating alleged talks within the Justice Department 2 years ago to invoke the 25th Amendment. Gee, who was Attorney General? Jeff Sessions, the wonderful, the amazing Beauregard. Graham sent a letter to Attorney General Barr saying the panel intends to take a look at the statements made by Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein in 2017 to former acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe, who's under criminal investigation. The momentum has shifted towards Trump. So, which is a good thing, which everybody can agree on. The Mueller probe has led to nothing, absolutely, positively nothing, despite the efforts of people like Rod Rosenstein, who, by the way, was appointed by Jeff Sessions. So I don't get this nonsense. He's still around. I'm not happy. Well, what do you want? You want a medal? You want a cookie? What do you want? He's still around, AJ. So? So what? He's also under investigation. He'll also be under investigation. He also helped create the Mueller probe for 2 years, which was really, it was not only unconstitutional because it was an investigation without a crime, but it was part of an effort to oust an elected president. So Sessions, along with McCabe, along with Comey, along with Strzok and Clapper and Brennan, did his part for the Democratic Party. So anyway, just gotta be me, gotta be real. He's under investigation right now. I don't care if he stays a month or 2 weeks or whatever longer. He'll eventually leave. There's a gentleman named Jeffrey Rosen who is already the Deputy Attorney General. Once that happens, hopefully you'll have the DOJ looking into a whole lot of criminal behavior. I do think Clinton's going to run again, so it could be before or after the election that she gets indicted. But I do believe she's going to get indicted because she committed crimes. People on the left are like, oh, she's not getting indicted. Oh, there you go again. They're proud of her criminality and her ability to get away with it. You have petulant people on the left and petulant people, unfortunately, on the Trump side. But at the end of the day, it's a power struggle between two political factions. The Democratic Party is actually losing this power struggle, and it's more evident than ever now. So that's a very good thing. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. No offense to anyone, but at the same time, my God, just look at the public record. That's your analysis. Should be based only on public record information, not on anyone who says they get information from super secret sources on MySpace. That's absurd. Okay? And just read a book on Harry Houdini and understand that he exposed the whole seance thing. Anyway, it's very easy. People are manipulated by a whole bunch of... There's easy ways to manipulate people. There are very, very easy ways to manipulate people. You see this, and Harry Houdini actually exposed this when seances were big, and he did a whole cross-country tour on exposing how people were duped into thinking that their relatives could speak to them, and it was all elaborate, and he basically understood how illusions and all this, the manipulation of people's minds and their emotions, how it happens. When you have message boards saying, "Patriots, patriots, the Lord wants," it's manipulation. So I know I'm speaking to like a very, very small segment of people who watch me, and I thank you for watching me, but I'm telling you, just look at public record, and that's it. Look at the public record. And my analysis could be flawed, my analysis could be spot on, but I don't have any sources that are super secret spy agents. I can tell you that. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Everything I say is with love. Check out my articles below and HA2A. Thank you.